I speak to boys as a man, calling them to manhood. Modern culture encourages young boys to follow their heart or master their destiny, merely rewording what people have already attempted through the ages, that is, to do what seemed right in their own eyes. Perhaps without even realizing it, a young man thinks to himself, I know what I want to have. I know what I need to obtain to get what I want. And I know how to go about obtaining it. It is conceivable to concur that this is an appropriate attempt at self-sufficiency, personal freedom, self-actualization, or simply being true to oneself. However, if we take a current cultural inventory and ask, how is this plan of what seemed right in their own eyes working out? A boy wants to be respected and admired, and he decides that he will need to obtain the attention and affection of a woman to have what he wants. And he decides to obtain what he needs by immersing himself in a world of pornography. A boy wants to have purpose, significance, and he decides that he will take on a role which will allow him to overcome challenges and accomplish important goals. And he decides to obtain what he needs by perpetually inserting himself into the artificial world of video games. A boy doesn't want to be alone. He wants to be valued. He decides he will need people to notice his presence, to be affected by his actions, and he decides to obtain what he needs through violent intervention, pointing a deadly weapon at others and at himself. With great conviction, I implore you to be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may conclude that while it may be tempting to be enticed by our own desires, this path leads to death. Because to conclude there is a path to death opens a door that leads to a great hope, now you may entertain the possibility of a path that leads to life. Somewhere inside us is the breath of God, calling us to His likeness, calling us to His design, calling us back to His presence, calling us out of our current state to all that He originally intended when He said, "Let us make man." This is the call to manhood. If you can hear this call, your family, your church, our nation needs you to fear no man, to fear God, so that we may learn together, train together, stand as men together. Join us in the call to manhood.